Hi everyone, Scapegoat Stephen back with another video match report. So this is another game from our Thanet Ball League at our Thanet Wargaming Club in Kent, UK. This is me still using Union as I mentioned before. This time I'm playing into Masons. So actually we've got a Veteran Rage matchup into Honour Masons. Enjoy. So apologies, in a minute we'll realise that I've deployed on the wrong line. I don't know what was happening this evening when I was filming this game. So we've got Marbles, who's kicking, Tower, Granite, Honour, Brick and Flint on the right. And on the left we have Grace, Benediction, Veteran Raid, Minx, Coin and Fangtooth. So Marbles is going to try a kick off, manages to roll no successes, and then the ball scatters hideously, I think to the 1, and ends up clipping. You can probably just about see that that piece of obstruction up there, and so I end up putting it on Grace, and now you'll see me go, oh wait a minute, what have I done with all this nonsense with my models? Literally start allocating influence, and then my opponent quite graciously allows me to, when we realise what I've done, just literally push all of my models onto the correct deployment line, which was very kind of him. Yeah, there we go. So Grace is going to talisman a quick foot through Minx and onto Fangtooth for that bonus bit of extra speed. They are then going to pay to put quick foot on Minx. We use the free pass from Benediction to pass to Benediction, bank the momentum, and jog to just outside of Marble's countercharge range. Pretty good first activation. My opponent is going to use Marbles to sprint and goad Veteran Rage, which he manages to put himself in a position where basically Veteran Rage isn't going to be able to get to him. So he plonks himself sort of there. So basically that obstruction that Grace is just in front of is going to stop me from doing anything to getting to him with Veteran Rage specifically. And he does land that goad with a 6. So I'm going to, he's literally just going to back up and put Bag of Coffers on Fangtooth. Granite puts up Broken Earth and sprints forward. Benediction passes to Rage. Rage then will dodge off of that pass from Benediction, just to try and we're just basically just trying to get a bit of a chain of threat extension up using my model. So there you go, he dodges forward, so he's then within 3 still of Minx for a tap-in pass. Benediction then goes and attacks Marbles and just does a momentous push. Again, just generating a bit of momentum, and I think pushing him into Grace's melee. So we then go with Tower. Tower tools up Honour, and then we'll sprint into cover. My opponent deliberates about how far Tower should go, and in the end, just sort of errs on the side of caution a little bit. Rage is going to pass to Minx. I could have dodged Rage forward in hindsight, but I thought in the end I'd go with Minx, and then he will not be able to do it. Then quick time Minx. I'll go to charge Marbles, and we start doing some movement, and then realise, actually, sorry, no, it's a directly towards, isn't it? Because of goad, not a just towards. So I instead Red Fury Benediction to momentously push Marbles. Again, just rack up a bit of momentum. You know, most of my models are well out of threat range of Honour at this stage. What I am keenly aware of is Flint is in this bottom right corner, and he can just barrel in for a goal if you give him the opportunity. So Honour is basically measuring, is it worth going in on Minx? Can Minx get a goal? Minx could probably get a goal from the position she's in at this stage. Honour probably doesn't want to throw herself into that sacrificial area right now. As you can see, there's just a few tokens on Fangtooth, so it probably would not be the smartest move. So in the end, he just sprints with Brick. Minx will activate next. They will bonus time a pass to Fangtooth and dodge to engage Brick. Now, the reason for that is so that Gravity Well doesn't trigger, because Gravity Well's after an advance. He does declare it to counter-attack. I do a momentous 2 damage down to 1 because Tough Hide, Dodge and Snared. I dodge out of Brick's melee, so Brick counter-attack is wasted. Remembering I still have my jog, so actually I go jog to attack the monkey. And I do a momentous 3 damage, dodge and snared, followed by a momentous 2 damage, dodge and a back to the shadows. So I do leave the monkey alive and do leave Love Creature out there, but actually there's not really anyone who can capitalise on it. So Flint's going to go next, and Flint is going to sprint, and where they go, just into this fast ground, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. So just for clarity, that's a fast ground at the bottom of the screen. It's a rough ground just by Fangtooth. We've got a barrier just behind Brick, close to the camera from Brick, and then there's 3 obstructions further away from the camera. So Fangtooth is going to go. He's going to bonus time a pass to coin and then dodge 4 off it. Fangtooth jogs to engage, heroics, and then jogs to engage Brick. Obviously that will trigger, or does he jog and then heroic? Either way, a heroic is off in there somewhere. Gravity Well just pull him in. I buy a bag of coffers, attack on Brick, and just score the momentous knockdown, so he's knocked down and snared. I then buy an attack and do a momentous unmasking, which does 4 damage, but down to 3 because of tough hide. So it would be 3, up to 4 because of unleashed, back down to 3 because of the tough hide. Honor's turn. So should be noted, Honor is a 1-inch melee, and the only option she's got to go for is Fangtooth currently. Remembering he has resilience and an early knockdown access. So my opponent goes with slightly risky play here and does go and sprint base to base with Fangtooth. Then attacks. I do counter attack. The attack pops resilience, and then my counter attack just straight knocks her down, and my opponent has no momentum and has used his movement, so cannot stand up. So that leaves Honor and Brick in a nice little position potentially for me to do horrible stuff at the start of the next turn. So coming into turn 2, I am on 4 momentum and my opponent is on 0 momentum. So I play Hit Him Where It Hurts, which is -1 armor, which goes on Brick, because currently Brick, I believe, so he's normally a 2-3, he's got 2 death debuffs on him, so he's now a 0-3, he's now a 0-2, essentially, for the purposes of gaining bonus dice when attacking him. So my opponent also plays Break Out the Knives, so all of these models from a Mason's perspective have +1 attack, very nice. Obviously I would have preferred that card, because Veteran Ranger loves Break Out the Knives. Unfortunately, he just did a bit of pre-measuring to see where to allocate influence, and Flint cannot sprint on where they go to get to coin with the ball. I would love to say that was intentional, but it's probably more luck than design on my part. So Rage is going to activate. He's going to quick time himself, legendary, and charge Honor. So with the charge on Honor, he does a momentous 2 up to 3 on the wrap, and a momentous 4 up to 5 on the charge, because my opponent didn't declare any sort of counterattack. Granite then jogs in to crowd out Rage. I will Red Fury Fangtooth, dealing a momentous 3, goes up to, 2 up to 3 on Brick, I think. Maybe that was on Honor. No, I'm pretty sure the unmasking was been on, the attack even, was on Brick. I then do a follow-up attack and do a momentous unmasking, hits Brick, Honor, Granite, and Rage. Do another momentous unmasking, same again, and then heal Rage by 4 because poor Rage has just taken 2 unmaskings. So Honor's going to activate and decide she needs to use her 6 stack before she dies horribly, and she will sacrifice her movement to stand, heal herself with momentum, and then attack Rage. Rage does declare a counterattack. She does score a knockdown, which prevents my counterattack, and then just starts buying attacks. So she gets a momentous 2, followed by a momentous 2. After that, she then uses those 2 points of momentum to stand Brick back up, and then I do a... There you go, there's just the knockdown. Sorry, my narration is a little bit ahead of the video. She then does a further momentous 2, followed by another momentous 2, followed by a non-momentous 3. So in total, that's a knockdown. That is 8 points of momentous damage and 3 points of non-momentous damage, which leaves Rage on 4 health. So at the moment, not too bad, although if I end up in a protracted scrum there, I'm going to lose pretty quickly because of Granite and Brick being there. But actually, Honor is quite close to death. Granite probably has taken a reasonable amount of damage as well from those 2 unmaskings, especially because they were 4 damage unmaskings. So I will then actually choose to activate Fangtooth next. Fangtooth is going to stand up Rage. Fangtooth will heroic and declare an attack on Brick. So Brick does declare a counter attack as well. Brick just gets knocked down momentously with my first attack. I'm then going to do a non-momentous one because I roll badly. So 1 damage up to 2 because of the heroic, back down to 1 because of Tough Hide. And oh, no, sorry, that was on the wrap. Sorry. So, and we then get a momentous unmasking. Oops, I kill Rage because I forgot to heal Rage. So scores 2 points for my opponent, so 0-2 in favour of the Masons. I then attack Honor, who poised, and I do a bonus time non-momentous 1 up to 2. The counter attack triggers resilience. Fangtooth heals himself because at this stage, oh, by the way, with the unmasking, as you can see, I pushed Granite away from me. So my opponent uses marbles, who then goads Minx because god damn it, what is up with this monkey? Shouldn't complain. Have used goad a lot to my own effect last year. So hits it and jogs 4 inches away because he's currently snared. Takes a parting blow from Grace, which leaves marbles on a single point of health. So it's up to Grace to kill marbles so that Minx can do something. So Grace will use Talisman Healing Light through Minx to heal Fangtooth and jog to engage marbles. Punches marbles, does a non-momentous 1 for a takeout, which puts us at 1-2 in favour of the Masons currently, but it crucially frees up Minx. So Granite sprints to engage Minx and starts attacking her. She does a momentous 1 damage, followed by a momentous knockdown, and then heals Honor. So Coin jogs to engage. No, he can't engage anyone because Coin's too far away at this stage. But Coin's going to activate next, and Coin is going to jog to engage. Not to engage. Sorry. Coin is going to jog to there. There you go. And Coin is going to clear conditions on Minx and put Bag of Coffers on Minx. So Brick's going to stand up, buy an attack on Fangtooth, momentous knockdown, and heal himself. Minx is then going to activate. Minx jogs base to base with Granite with a bonus timed attack. Do get a counter attack declared. We score a momentous 3 damage dodge snared. And the counter attack does a. In fact, if you have a look here, look, I'm doing a bit of a jog around. Is it worth me going for Honor just to try and polish her off? Can I get either of my other players over to reposition Granite? So, apologies, got a little bit ahead of myself again. Minx is going to dodge base to base. Makes that bonus timed attack with Bag of Coffers. Does that momentous 3 damage dodge snared. Oh, that's changing in the errata, isn't it? Counter attack does a 2 damage gut and string. My follow attack up attacks do a momentous 1, a momentous 2, and a momentous 3, leaving Granite on a single point of health. So I'm quite happy from all of that. You know, I've put myself in a good position for the top of next turn. At the moment, you know, my opponent has 0 momentum. I'm currently sat on 5. So my opponent is actually looking now about what can we do to try and even up this race. Tower sprints to engage Benediction and makes an attack. I poised counter, and he's going to run. We look there, no, change his mind because he's not really going to get close enough to do much to help Granite. So then just, you know, let's go tie up Benediction so he can't do anything. And then we do, as I said, he does an attack. I do declare a counter attack with my poised. He just does a momentous push because he gets him a point of momentum. And my counter attack just does a paltry 1 damage. You know, he's 3-2, he's in cover. Might as well do a bit of damage on the counter attack. Benediction then attacks Tower in his activation, does a momentous double push, and his second attack does a momentous double push. And Flint is going to then just go for a jog because he doesn't really know what else to do at this stage. He's a little bit out there. So going into the next turn, Union have 7 momentum and Masons have 1. Union play Give Me 110%, while Masons play Sidestep, which is the one that allows the person with initiative, which, spoilers, is me, is going to pick 1 to 3 models, dodge them 2 inches. I literally dodge Coin a single model 2 inches to engage Granite and make my opponent go, ooh, there's a guy with a ball there. Tower dodges as well off that. So, as you can see, Rage jogs in at the top as well. Tower, spoilers, is not in for a good time. So I tried to decide where I'm going to go with first, and I think at this stage I've been able to max out a lot of my models with influence, just because of the way that they give me on 110%, give me that extra 2, which makes this team really shine again. Much like the +1 tack card, Veteran Rage loves sort of these low level game plan cards. So Minx attacked Granite and kills her straight off, bang. So that's 3-2 in favour of the Union. So that was a momentous 4 double dodge takeout as well. Clears conditions on Fangtooth, jogs and attacks Honour, who declares poised. I do a momentous 2 damage dodge snared. She then counterattacks and does a 1 damage double dodge to get her out of melee with me. So I look at it and go, how much health you got? He says 3. So Minx just lobs an axe into Honour's face and takes out Honour. So it's 5-2 in favour of the Union after all of that. And I've just cleared 2 activations, potentially a third because of superior strategy, off the pitch. So my opponent activates Brick. Brick has a single point of influence, and he jogs and punches Minx for a momentous knockdown. He's going to go straight in there, in the middle of all of them. And yeah, bang, straight on the floor. He does push her with knockback. He chooses to follow, although he's going to be stuck in Fangtooth melee range still. So Rage is going to quick time Benediction, so Benediction is engaging Tower, and furiously charge Tower. We're going to choose a momentous concussion. We'll then heroic on myself, because I probably should have done that before I charged in. We'll then do, maybe I'll short on momentum. We'll then do a knockdown, and we'll do a momentous 4 up to 5, followed by a non-momentous 3 up to 4 because of the heroic concussion. So that leaves Tower on 1 influence as well. So we did have 3, we've concussioned 2 of them off, and has done a decent whack of damage. So Marbles jogs and goads Fangtooth to trigger resilience. Only uses a 3 to hit, gets it easy. Although I have seen people miss that before and it's heartbreaking. So resilience is triggered on Fangtooth. Coin jogs to engage Tower and passes the ball to Grace and Bag of Coffers her. So Grace now has Bag of Coffers and the ball. Do I choose to dodge? Yep, I choose to dodge Grace the 4 inches and to engage Tower because, you know, more gang ups. She's in cover and has 3 friends ganging up on Tower currently, so there's no way he's getting that ball off her without bonus timing. So my opponent doesn't really have, he's either got Flint or Tower to go next. So he debates whether or not Flint is a good option. I mean, Tower isn't a good option, but he's got to activate someone. And in the end goes with Tower. So Tower clears knockdown just by using his movement. Grace counterattacks him, by the way. His bonus time attack does nothing. My counterattack does a double dodge. So I'll just move Grace around there, get a little bit closer to the goal. Benediction is just going to attack Tower, does a momentous 2, followed by a momentous knockdown. Flint is then going to go next. So there's not really any good options for Flint, but because Fangtooth has already had resilience pop, we might as well try and get some momentum, I guess. So Flint is going to charge Fangtooth and score a momentous push dodge. I don't do any reaction here because, again, I'm trying to preserve my own momentum. We then go with a momentous where they go on the follow-up attack and heal Brick for 4. So I think my opponent in this stage is just trying to keep his models alive, you know, especially given at the moment the score is 5-2 in my favour. So he's just trying to wait out the turn, see what he can manage next turn. So Fangtooth's going to go. He's going to attack Brick and score nothing. Oh, he's then going to attack Brick again and get a momentous knockdown. He's then going to attack Brick a final time and gets nothing. That 3 armour, really strong. I look at Grace. Do I want to score? In the end, I decide, no, not this turn. I'm in command of this turn. There's no point in giving control of the ball back to my opponent. So Grace quick-foots herself using Talisman, or they probably could just healed someone instead. Attacks Tower, doing a momentous 2, and then a follow-up attack and does a momentous 2. So again, just gives me that commanding 5-0 in favour of me for the momentum race for the start of next turn. I play Never Say Die. My opponent plays Pick Up the Pace. So Never Say Die gives me the 2 momentum every time they kill one of my models, so just in case they kill one of my models. And Pick Up the Pace is the +2/+2 move, So I put that on Grace, and my opponent puts that on Flint. There, you can see my opponent is sort of lining up to stop me getting a goal, hopefully by putting as many models in front of the goal, between me and the goal, as he possibly can. So Minx is going to go first. I do decide whether or not I just want to go kill that monkey, just to get rid of goad, which I guess is kind of a goad in of itself. But in the end, I go with Minx because Minx is always an amazing start-up model for a Union turn. She sets up others, does damage, gets momentum. So she sacrifices movement to stand up and does a momentous 2 damage down to 1 because of tough hide, dodge, and snared on brick. Followed by a momentous 3 down to 2, momentous 3 down to 2, and a momentous 3 down to 2. All the while dodging but staying engaged with brick. So again, brick is knocked down and snared again. Marbles is going to go. Do I want to goad someone? No, you know what? Just run away. Just run away. Just get out of dodge. Try and stop that goal coming in from Grace. So Rage is going to attack tower. Does a momentous 3 damage and gets the takeout. So 7-2 in favour of the Union. He quick times and heroics himself, and then furiously charges into brick. So I've got 2 friends, and he's knocked down and snared. And I have the heroic. I do a bonus timed attack and get a momentous 1 up to 2, back down to 1, wrapping. Then on the wrap, sorry, and then a momentous 3 up to 4, down to 3. We do another attack. We get I think we're just farming for momentum here. Momentous 1 up to 2, down to 1, wrap to the momentous 1 up to 2, down to 1. Attack, momentous 1 up to 2, down to 1, followed by a wrap to momentous 1 up to 2, down to 1. Get the takeout. So it's 9-2 in favour of Union. Heal Minx, heal Rage, end activation. So I've got 7 momentum now on my side of the pitch. I've got control of the ball. My opponent's got 3 models in front of the goal. So he's a little bit stuck now. What does he do? Can Flint get to Grace in any way, shape or form? So we're looking at various angles here. Can he get in? If he sprints, get to where they go off the dodge, off the charge. He's got to try not to go through Fangtooth, all that sort of jazz. So he does charge Rage, who does defensive stance and counter attack, just in case the dice go badly. He does spend a bonus time, he gets a momentous push dodge, and then he wears they go himself back into Rage and attacks for another momentous push dodge. Nice and easy. So Coin will Bag of Coffers Grace and then jog to engage Flint. Granite puts up Broken Earth and jogs. Benediction jogs. There's a bit of stalling going on here, as you can see. Onu Superior strategies herself and jogs. Fangtooth heroics and jogs to engage Flint. So he goes all the way around there, puts himself in cover, and obviously spreads his aura. He buys an attack on Flint, gets the momentous knockdown. He then buys another attack and gets a momentous double push. And then gets a final attack and does a non-momentous 1 up to 2 because of the heroic. And the idea there was to just leave me with a nice knockdown model for Grace to go bounce off, or to just put a model in the way of Honor, if I'm honest. Honor is kind of his only option now. So Honor, because he needs to get through the rough ground aura that Fangtooth is currently putting out, will quick time herself and jog to engage. No, sorry, sprint to engage Rage. He'll legendary for an extra influence, and he'll attack Rage, who does declare a counter attack. He does a momentous 1 double dodge, comes base to base. A counter attack with bonus time, just do 3 damage single push, so he's also engaged by Fangtooth. Buys an attack, nothing. Buys an attack, nothing. Oh, very, very unfortunate there. For Honor. Yeah, so it's just rolling badly. We then go with Grace, who quickfoots herself with Talisman, makes her a 10-12 move. She'll then jog 10 inches to attack Flint, get with a Bag of Coffers attack, gets a non-momentous double dodge. So here we go, we've got here, by the attack, get the non-momentous double dodge, and there's a nice gap straight between 2 of my opponent's models that Grace dodges into. We then take the shot with bonus time and score 13-2 in favour of the Union. So yeah, that went a little bit one-sided in the end. As my opponent pointed out, I scored all of the points because I killed my own rage like an idiot earlier in the game. I think perhaps he could have leaned a little bit more into the goal-scoring aspect, or actually, I personally would have brought O Chisel perhaps in Tower's spot, just because O Chisel has actually a reasonable, she's got 2-inch melee, she's got good damage output, concussion to invalidate my influence. So I personally perhaps would have considered bringing her just for that damage. I think I would have backed off. Again, this is my experience from playing a lot of Masons last year. I think you need to have backed off with the Masons, known when it was don't go all in. Union are going to outfight Masons in most circumstances these days, so you've got to be wary of controlling that engagement. So either you spread out so I can't get to everyone, or you know when to quit and back off. So thank you again for watching. Thank you to Michael, who was my opponent. That's 2 league games down for me on the video. Should be noted we have completed the league at this stage. I'm just catching up with some audio recordings right now, and that is my 2nd win in the league at 13-2 Veteran Rage Union into Honor Masons. Thanks for watching. See you next time.